So a couple of years ago, I got a couple of LED lights off of Amazon, and I put them in my truck. And well, they lasted a little bit, but they weren't great. They had light dispersion issues. I just recently purchased a set of these Rigid Industries D-Series fog lights. They are SAE certified, so they're supposed to be legal on the road. Wanted to see how they fit, so I made up a mock-up plate that would just a little bit adjustable, but I wanted to make sure I had my measurements right. Made a little mock-up plate, checked it out. It looks pretty good. Made it a little bit different in the final run, just so that we could adjust a little bit, but went straight to production here. Got my old school drill press. It shakes a little bit, but it gets the job done. So we drill some holes in there. Got to make sure we get some schmutz on it. And so then we've got to cut some ends off of it and make it into some legitimate brackets. I meant to take video of all of this stuff, but I wanted to get the job done, and I never think ahead until it's too late. So I just grabbed some video on my phone. But basically, I'm too cheap to buy the bracket that they want you to buy or that they have available. Plus, I ordered the lights thinking that they would fit. Well, say we got some pieces of metal now, but I ordered the lights thinking that I could just bolt them into the spot where the old ones were, and it didn't work out because the old ones were kind of bolted to the bumper and they weren't right anyway. The truck was in a little fender bender one time. It didn't have the original brackets, so I made these guys up real quick. A little tacky, and hey, if you can't fix it by cutting it and welding it, then what good is it, right? And that's what they look like right there. A little bracket, couple of bolts in it, and I ended up welding some bolts into it so that it would be easy to thread in and to tighten down. On those two on the end there, I ended up welding it in there. It looks a little bit crooked in there from the way that the camera's sitting, but you can adjust it. The holes in the backside bracket are big enough you can loosen it up and adjust it. And I want to do that later once I get it lined up and get the camera or the beam focused. So that's what it looks like when it's in there. Got to do a little bit of wiring. Yep, there we go, some wiring. I did a little bit different so that I could use an aux switch and the factory fog light settings. So I added a relay to it and a couple other things, but there we go, we got it working. They come on with the lights, go off with the high beams just the way that they're supposed to be here in PA to pass inspection and all that jazz. And that's what the cutoff looks like. I'm really, really impressed with these lights. They did a great job. The cutoff, I don't get flashed by people. People don't knock their high beams in. And there you can see the difference between the two. You have the light dispersion all over everywhere versus the nice clean cutoff. So after we do that, I'm going to bring it back in, and oh wait, there's a picture of the regular headlights, and I think we switched to a picture of them both. Yep, there we go. So that's the regular headlights and the new fog lights. So you can see the cutoff is really good, and it's not going to blind people. Let's bring it back in, paint it a little bit, and put it all back together. And there you go. That's how I made a couple of brackets for the truck so that I can have fog lights. I have been running these brackets and lights for over 12 months now, and I'm pleased to report that they have been very reliable, very bright, and I am very pleased with how everything turned out. Hopefully, this helped you decide whether you're going to buy the bracket from the manufacturer or make your own. And if you have any questions or anything like that, let me know in the comments.